One night he asked to borrow my car to go see friends, and I told him no. And I fell asleep, and he took the car anyway. Took the car anyway and got into an accident. I didn't know about the accident until he came home the next morning, and at that point, I was just fed up. That was the last straw for me. And so I told him to get out, and he was no longer welcome in our house.
Was he an adult already at that point?
He was 18 at the time, Your Honor.
Okay. And then what happened?
So after I kicked him out, he went to his friend's house and then eventually ended up at his mother's house. He told his mother that I kicked him out because he was gay,
Okay.
which is not true
How do you
at
know
all.
that?
His mother texted me. So his
And
mother.
what did she say to you?
She said, "Why would you kick him out because he's gay?" And so I immediately texted my son and asked him why would he tell his mother that. And I have those texts here if you would like to see.
Let me
Your
see the
Honor.
text.
Thank you.
Why did you tell your mom that I kicked you out for being gay? Because it's what I believe. Seriously? Yeah. If you want to tell people I kicked you out because you're gay, then whatever. Just don't come back. Wow. All right. Had your son come out to you before this?
Yes, when he was 17, Your Honor.
Okay. And what was your reaction?
I supported him. I told him that, it's his life to live, and whatever decision I was okay with.
Okay. So what happens?
So now at this point, a few days go by, and I realize that my son has posted just the last screenshot of the text out of context, and I have that here as well, to his social media. And my clients ended up seeing this, and they pulled out a video.
How'd your clients see your son's social media?
He tagged me in the post, Your Honor.
Oh, so they looked at your social media.
Correct.
And then if you want to tell, so it's just the sentence, if you want to tell people I kicked you out because you're gay, then whatever, just don't come back. And
Right.
and him saying, wow.
And I have that social media post here, Your Honor.
Yeah, that's fine. I can see. What ended up happening? You had two clients pull their accounts, correct?
Right. That's correct, Your Honor.
And each of them, I saw the evidence of that each of them were a $5,000 they were a $5,000 ad account.
Correct.
So you're suing, that's why you're suing your son for the $10,000.
That is correct.
Let me hear from you, Mr. Hastings, Jr.
Yes, Your Honor. I just want to start from the top. I'm really embarrassed to be here. Obviously, this is not a good look for me or my character. But I will say, so my parents, they divorced. It was a very dysfunctional household. I came out when I was 17, and when I did come out to my dad, he was very dismissive towards it.
What does that mean?
Like, I came out to him, and it was just very emotional. I was bawling my eyes out, and I just told him, I was like, I think I feel this way. I've been struggling with my sexuality for a while. And when I told him that, he was like, well, you just do you then.
And what did you want him to do?
What I wanted him to do
because
was,
he didn't say, you're not my son, get out. He didn't that didn't happen. What he said was, you got to do you, but you don't feel he had enough oomph.
I feel very unsupported, and even like living in his household, there has been so many times where, and I know he brought up earlier about like me stealing or all the bad things.
Is that true or not true?
It's true, but I want to say that I wonder if he genuinely ever thought that maybe the reason I did those things is because I grew up in such a toxic environment, and he never gave the love to me that, that a typical kid will want to endure. If
Where was mom during all this?
I would tell her about things, but...
So why didn't mom say, all right, you know what, you're going to live with me for a while? Why didn't that happen?
I honestly, I'm not sure.
Where's mom now? Why isn't she in here?
Right now, she is currently just at home.
Does she have her feet up, a nice cup of tea? Because her son is in here struggling against the parent, being sued by the parent who raised him. And this is, I have to imagine, just like your dad said, in a million years he never imagined this would come to this, that this is a really impactful moment for you. Why isn't your mom standing next to you? Oh, sweetheart.
I'm not sure.
Right. What were you thinking when you posted that comment and just the end of it that kind of is a little misleading, right? Because Why did you get thrown out?
Okay, so he says he thrown me out because I wrecked his car, and I did ask him if I could drive the car, and he told me no.
So you stole the car and wrecked the car.
Yes, but I didn't necessarily wreck it. I was just driving late at night, and then I like kind of ran over a curb, and then I kind of ended up like running into a sign. It was like a fender bender.
Okay, darling, I don't know what you think crashing the car means, but that's crashing the car. But that's neither here nor there. What you stole the car, you disobeyed him, and you wrecked the car. Is that the reason your dad threw you out, or did your dad throw you out because you're gay?
I think he threw me out because I was gay. I think it was a gradual like build of things. And like I said, it's just always been a problem. And it's like me being gay has just never been a conversation that we can talk about. Like it's just always been like this non-existent thing of me, you know?
It's interesting because where is your bar set? Does he need to throw you a parade? You understand what I'm saying, right? I don't want to be flippant.
No, don't worry.
You know what?
You don't sound controversial.
No, because you know your dad better than anybody else. Really. Mm-hmm. You know, because you grew up in the same household. So there are different levels of where we set the bar on acceptance, you know? Mm-hmm. And this is true whether we're talking about, you know, your sexuality or anything, your success in business. It could be 1,000 different things. And so if we put the bar at don't make me feel bad about myself, the bar is kind of low and more parents will meet it. If you put the bar at I want to talk about it and I want to be able to talk about it with you and I want you to assure me that it doesn't matter, and I want you to assure me daily that it doesn't matter. I want you to assure me at least once that it doesn't matter. Do you see all the different places where the bar can be?
I definitely see that as just a man, as just someone who's growing and learning and living and developing. It's like you need that form of connection with just somebody.
Can I ask you something, Mr. Peter Hastings?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Are you embarrassed that your son is gay?
Not at all, Your Honor.
What is the do you love your son?
Absolutely, Your Honor.
Is this your only child?
Yes.
Do you hear the things that he said in my courtroom?
I do, Your Honor.
How do they make you feel?
They make me feel like I didn't do a good job in showing him how much I really loved him. Growing up, I never had that relationship with my father. I never had the touchy-feely relationship. It was always direct, and that's the kind of person I am. I'm a very direct person.
Well, direct could be good. Direct could be touchy-feely. You actually speak about your feelings. It's just, you know, I think that you were more militant than that, and you were more like the general in the household. And however, you know, whatever way that made you feel, he's the one who showed up, right? Families are so complicated, aren't they? And you just get the one, right? And we can say a million times how our friends are our chosen family, and that's kind of true, but you still just got the one dad, right? And you've still got just the one son.
Yes, Your Honor.
He needs more from you. Just like I said to him, maybe, you know, you're setting too high a standard of what you want your dad to do. Maybe you're setting too low a standard of what your son needs you to do. Right? You know, I'm a big believer in therapy. I'm also a big believer in having a third party you both trust help you to mediate and talk about your feelings. I'm also a really good believer in that when you walk out of the courtroom, the two of you talk man to man and come to terms with how your relationship will go forward. Because I have hope for you guys. Do you love your father?
I do.
I have hope for you guys. Because it's been the two of you the whole time. And if maybe he fell short of what you needed, I think he sounds like he wants to be in a better place than that. And if maybe you expected a little too much, then maybe you can shift your expectations and expect what you think he is capable of giving. More than what he's done, but maybe not what you would have loved. First, let me rule on the case in front of me, because that's what I'm supposed to be doing. I feel that there is truth in Gage feeling and his right to express himself. Love that my dad made it loud and clear the reason he kicked me out. It was a little deceptive. I think you know that. But I think that just seeing the words like that, that's the part that really made him say, wow. So yeah, it was a little deceptive. But in his mind, it's the real reason. Because he feels that it's been chipped away at since that moment a year ago when he came out. Do you understand what you cost your dad by putting that up?
I will say I'm not the biggest fan of it, but I just think in the moment...
Did you take it down ever?
I did, like a few days later, yes, I took it down. But I guess it was too late before the media, the public eye seen it.
Well,
but
it's two clients who said, you know, hell no.
Yeah, right. I just think...
We won't do business with someone who's homophobic.
And yes, and I just think his silence spoke so much volume, because I think that was a moment where I just genuinely like really needed some reassurance. And it's like the way, once again, how I said...
So you know what he expected you to text back? Son, I love you. You have to be yourself. That is absolutely not why I asked you to leave. You disrespected me. You stole my car. You went and it was so important for him to hear that. If you had it to do over again, you might put it differently, right? I'm not going to order him to pay you $10,000. I don't think you have $10,000. I don't think your dad filed a lawsuit because he thought you'd have to pay him $10,000. I think, work with me here a minute, your dad filed a lawsuit because you guys haven't spoken since this, and your dad really, really wanted to see you. You think that's possible?
I think that could be a reason, yes.
That's why we're here. My verdict in this case is for the defendant. And what you two do after I walk off this bench is up to the two of you. Because you have just the one son, and you have just the one father.
Judge Milian has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim is denied.
What do you think on this video? Drop your comments in comment section. Don't forget to like, comment and share. Thank you.